We're also tracking new developments today in connection to the shooting of an unarmed man by an Aurora police officer last spring. A grand jury deciding the officer acted, quote, reasonably when he used physical force against fugitive parolee Nishalis Vinzant. Denver 7 reporter Lance Hernandez is in Aurora where the shooting took place. And Lance, the special prosecutor says there were many discrepancies in the testimony.
And he said that's not unusual. He said people view things from different angles, and he said they have different levels of recall. He said there were discrepancies about the suspect's hand movements and about statements made by the officer right after the shooting. Now, Jerothe shot Vinzant on this street right after the suspect made a quick movement and jerked his right shoulder back. Jerothe made reference to an email sent out by a sergeant during an earlier arrest of Vinzant, where the suspect said if he'd been armed with a gun, he would have shot it out with police. Now, Jerothe thought his life was in danger when he shot Vinzant, but it turns out that the suspect was not armed. I asked the special prosecutor today about claims that Jerothe said the shooting was an accident.
There was some statement to the effect that it was an accidental discharge, but what's not clear is whether or not Officer Jerothe said that or if that was what was heard and interpreted by the officer that was with Officer Jerothe.
And as I mentioned earlier, there were also discrepancies about the suspect's hand movement. Some witnesses reported that he had both hands in his pocket. Some reported that he'd pulled his right hand out. The question is, did he pull his right hand out before the shooting, during the shooting, or was that movement a result of the shooting? The bottom line, though, the grand jury looked at all the evidence, questioned all 24 witnesses, and determined not enough evidence was presented to warrant any charges against that officer. In Aurora, Lance Hernandez, Denver 7.
All right, thanks, Lance. And take a look at these